Welcome back to the Michael D. Show. I'm your host, Michael Butler in the Beyond Publishing Studio. So excited about our next guest. He grew up in a Jewish family. His book, One Divine Singularity, shows us that there's no contradiction between science, the Bible, and the sacred text, the Torah. So welcome to the show, Farzad. How you doing?
I'm great. Thank you, Michael. Very, very nice to see you again.
Well, really excited about this book, and your family's actually in Iran. And I want to know what made you want to write this book. What motivated you? Who is it for?
Ever since I was very young, I really started to question things like how do things work, and growing up in a religious family, or not so religious, but in a Jewish family. There's a lot of prayers going on, and I always ask, how do these prayers work? How do you pray for somebody to get better? And how does that happen? Okay, and then later on in life, I kind of started looking at the world in a way that on one night I was looking at the sky and trying to think, who's up there and who's running the show, and I really wanted to
Yeah.
know answers to this question. They were in a way, in a childish way, but they stayed with me, and throughout I later on, became studied a little bit more of the religion. I went to engineering school, so I was in sciences and in sort of connection with religion. So I kind of did my own research, and I hope what I learned from this can help others, and that's really why I wrote the book.
Well, and it's a pretty comprehensive book. It's a huge book. It's available everywhere books are sold now, hardcover, paperback, ebook. Soon the audio book will be releasing. What does a divine singularity really mean in terms of science and religion?
So what my research brought me to, I needed to find a common place where it all made sense. And the more I looked back into the history through science, and the more I looked back into the history through religion, it all brought me to one place, and that everything started from a one something, a once what I call divine singularity. All the knowledge in the universe, all the physical things in the universe, everything that exists everywhere, good and bad, everything started from one place. It must have all been in starting. It must have all had one single origin, and that's what I call the divine singularity, because it is the source of everything that exists today. Whether every knowledge, every physical thing that exists, everything, the Bible, everything that exists everywhere.
Well, the reviews have been incredible. We're getting great feedback everywhere around the globe, everywhere books are sold. Divine Singularity is available. You'll want to grab this book for your reading club, your friends that are seeker sensitive, your friends that are into religion, your friends that are into personal development and faith. This really is the missing link. And I want to ask you, Farzad, what role does free will play in the divine creation, science and religion, and in human development?
Right. So in the world of science, the most um, the most important element that scientists point to over and over again is the concept of gravity, right? The scientists believe, for the most part, that it's gravity that's responsible for everything that exists, that the way that the physical world came together. So if I were to put an equal balance to that, I would say free will plays that same role in development of mankind, and in really the existence of mankind. The Bible refers to uh, the free will over and over again. It is an essential element that is pointed throughout the Bible, through many of the stories in the Bible. I actually refer to it as the recipe for life in my book,
Hmm.
because without it, uh, the mankind could not exist, in any shape or form. And on the other hand, with free will comes good and bad, right and wrong decisions, and and the fact that we have to pay the price for everything that we gain in life, right? And I bring all of that into this book. This book is as a combination of of what the cause and effect of everything that makes up the mankind's experience in the physical universe, along with the Bible and the sciences. So I try to bring it all together.
Well, we're really excited to be publishing One Divine Singularity with you, Farzad, here at Beyond Publishing, because theologians, apologists, university professors are talking about it and asking you to speak on their podcast and their stages. But I want to ask you, because with a lot of people, it seems that religion and science are contradictory. The question that's in everyone's mind is, how can science and religion possibly be unified? Is there a unified explanation for all the controversial arguments like the age of the universe or the 6 biblical days of creation? What would you say?
Well, I also started from there. I come from that background where I started looking for the answers, and everywhere I looked, I did not find straightforward answers, whether it was through the religious books or through the sciences. Everyone is kind of sidestepping, not hitting this controversy, all the controversies head on, and that's what I've tried to do in this book. I tried to actually open up the discussion with quotations from the Bible and with scientific formulas, and finding a way to bringing them all together. I do believe, and I do speak, I do write in this book about how the when we look at the universe, starting from the one divine singularity, from the oneness origin of the universe, that's where it all makes sense. That where we can actually bring science and religion together by focusing on the fact that we all everything came from one place. And that's why the book, by the way, the title of the book is called Reunification of Science and Religion, because I do believe that this all was unified, is unified, and all we're trying to do is reunifying the science and religion back to understanding that reunification once again.
Well, I think it's a powerful paradigm, Farzad, you present in your book, One Divine Singularity, and it's really taking the academic and the theological universes by storm. I want to ask you, because we're launching the book this month in Beverly Hills, the 90210 network. Our friend Ashkan and all the amazing entrepreneurs and CEOs in that network are just giving great feedback about the book. But my question is there a divine force in charge of the universe? That's the question everybody's asking, is how is it manifested in our physical reality? How does this divine force interact with the universe? And is there any evidence of
Right,
such an existence?
right. So the one fact that science and religion more or less agree at this point is that we all came from one singular beginning. And if we do come from one place, one singular origin, the disagreement between science and religion, of course, is that religion points to a very planned universe, whereas the existence of mankind and universe, whereas science points to more believes more in chance, that we came about as chance. Now, there is one element here, one important element that is on the side of religion, and that's the Bible. Now, the of course science tries uh, to sidestep Bible in that, okay, these are just stories and so on and so forth. But if we can actually we can actually authenticate the information that is given through the Bible through scientific means, then we have a source of information that is beyond the human knowledge, and it's beyond what science can ever provide, right? So that's what I do in this book. I do focus on authenticating the information that is given through the Bible, so that our scientific enthusiast readers could actually look at specific uh, specific information in the Bible, where they can actually see their own, look at their own, see with their own eyes the authenticity of the information. And once that information is authenticated, then we have no choice but to accept it as valid information that we can use in bringing the whole concept of science and religion together under one umbrella.
Available everywhere books are sold on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, Walmart.com, Target.com, globally, hardcover, paperback, ebook, and soon audiobook. I want to ask you, Farzad, what is a yud, and can you explain your cosmic yud unified theory, and how does it bring science and religion together?
So one of the challenges in bringing one of the biggest challenges in bringing together science and religion, of course, is all the misconceptions that people have both on this religious side and also on the scientific side. And in order to get rid of all these misconceptions and to clarify and to sort of offer an unabridged version of the universe, I have come up with this theory called the cosmic yud, where I take out, I try to um, remove all these misconceptions and let people look at the universe from a third point of view, which is not religious and not scientific. The cosmic youth theory that I offer in this book is a way to explain how a oneness, a one divine singularity could possibly create an entire universe while still remain as the same one singularity, where it's what that started everything. So there was, is, and will be, is a concept within, specifically within the Jewish religion, that demands that the creator was, is, and will always be the same, regardless of the universe, the creation of the universe. So the cosmic youth theory that I provide here, that I bring up here, brings together science and religion under one formula, where it all fits together under one theory.
Well, the subtitle, The Grand Unification of Science and Religion, is found in One Divine Singularity that explores the deep mysteries of the universe by merging science and religion. The book is appealing to the academic scientific community, but also the religious theological community and the Judeo faith, in the Jewish faith, the Torah, in the Bible for Christians, and in other sacred texts. Those that are seeking, even atheists and agnostics, are given One Divine Singularity a serious look, beginning with the concept of a divine singularity that sparked the creation. Everything, matter, energy, the laws that govern the cosmos. This eye opening work takes readers on a journey from the formation of the universe to the rise of humanity and mankind's spiritual quest globally. It delves into the gift of free will, the search for purpose, and the search for answers through holy texts and scientific inquiry. In the end, Farzad, you've come to realize that science and religion are incomplete without one another. And the ultimate truth emerges only when the two are unified through one
Yep.
divine singularity. Let me ask you, what became of the one divine singularity after creation? How is it manifested in the universe? Is there a way to communicate with the one?
The one of the as I mentioned earlier, uh, one of the most important concepts within most religion, specifically with the Jewish religion, is to stay true to the oneness essence of the Creator. That oneness is discussed throughout this book, and it it uh, cover that oneness exists everywhere, that has always existed everywhere, it exists everywhere today. So in order to communicate with it, the Bible gives us a lot of hints. It gives us a lot of directions as to how we could possibly communicate with this divine singularity that brought us all here to today. And so that divine we are the information is available to everyone. I do go in through this book deep into how we could possibly communicate, and what are the pathways in order to communicate with the divine singularity that is responsible for where we are today.
Farzad, it's been amazingly fun working with you, bringing this product to market, bringing this book to market with you. What's the best way for people to get you on their podcast, for them to reach out to you, to get you on their stages, to speak at their events?
So my website is onedivinesingularity.com, and I have some information there, and they can reach me. People can reach me there through the links that you will find on the website there. That's the best way to reach me at this point. I do have just a surprise coming up at the time of the release of the book, which I will discuss later. It'll be a rewarding surprise for people who are really enthusiasts, who are looking, searching for answers, and it is a big surprise, a rewarding surprise if people really go through the book and find what I have hidden in the book. Let's say I'm just giving away a little hint.
Secret surprise inside. I love that marketing hook, Farzad. What closing words would you like to leave with the listeners?
We all have questions, and it it my we all have questions, and there are answers out there. There are a lot of misconceptions out there, and I suggest, my recommendation to everyone is to look for yourself, search for yourself. I have tried to put together in this book what my search has revealed, and I think you readers will have a sigh of relief after reading this book, in that the world is not as mysterious as both science and religion wants us to believe. We can actually look for answers. They're out there, but we can only find them if we bring these two together under one umbrella, and not treat them as two contradictory, as most people want us to do.
Farzad, it's been great having you on the show. Congratulations on the book launch, One Divine Singularity, the grand unification of science and religion. Grab it today. Grab it for your group. You're going to love it. And give it a thorough read and review it online. Like two hemispheres of the brain working together, not in contradiction, but in unison. Science and religion, a fresh look at One Divine Singularity. Farzad, thanks for being on the Michael D. Show, where we interview great and exciting guests from around the world, like you, Farzad, here in the Beyond Publishing studio. And grab the book today. Look for the secret inside, buried deep in the book, and reach out to Farzad at onedivinesingularity.com. Thanks for being with us, Farzad, and we'll see you on the stages and podcasts of the world.
Michael, thank you very much, and I hope my book will help your Beyond Publishing go even further beyond the limitations of of uh, time, space, religion, and science.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.